Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 011, Arithmetic, Section 4.6, Problem 11. This is Section 4.6, Problem 11. It says 32% of what number is 16? So, and we're supposed to solve this as a proportion. So in other words, we're going to have A over B equals P over 100. So to use that trick, we really have to set up the question in the form A is P% of B. That's really not what we have. It starts with the percent. I want it to start with the A. So we have to rearrange the question before we do anything. So when you have to rearrange it, what you want to do is lock in on the word of. The of has got to be near the right end of the problem. So 32% of what number? And what's the rest of it? It's 16. So that's going to be the A. We have to do 16 is 32% of what number? That says the same thing, but arranged in this form. Now we can use the trick that we've been using, which is use the equation A over B equals P over 100. It has to be in this form to use that formula, though. And as I fill it in, I think of, you just go around the circle. A is P% of B. Just comes right around the circle like that when you fill it in. So the first thing listed is the 16. That's the A. Is will be the equals P%. So 32 is the P. Percent always goes in as 100. Of brings you back under the 16. What number? That's the unknown. That's B. So now we have an equation with one unknown. So to solve an equation like this, where you have one fraction equal to another fraction, you will cross multiply and then divide. You can reduce the 32 over 100 a little bit if you want, but I'll just leave it because you can cut them in half, but I can do 100 times 16 easier than 50 times 16. So it's the same either way, really. B times 32, all right, 32B equals 16 times 100. Which is simply going to be 1,600. That's fairly easy. Or 1,600. Now, to solve for B, because I want B equals, not 32B equals, I'll divide away the 32. B equals 1,600 divided by 32. Now, that's not a division that most people are going to be able to do easily in their head. So if your teacher will allow you to use a calculator, just break out your calculator, put in the numerator first, 1,600 divided by the denominator, 32 equals, and you'll get the answer right away. Now, if your teacher will not let you use a calculator, you have to do it by hand. So the numerator goes under the division symbol, the 1,600. The denominator goes in front of the division symbol. And now we start the process. 32 divides into 1. 1's not big enough. It won't go. 32 divides into 16. 16 is still not big enough. Still won't go. So we have to divide 32 into 160. So I'm going to go with 5. 5 times 2 is 10. Write the 0, carry the 1. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus the 1 more that we carried. 15 and 1 more is 16. Look at that. It goes in perfectly. 160. So now I subtract 160 minus 160. Remainder is 0. There's one more digit, which is 0. Bring it down, so you have 0. So something times 32 is 0. Of course, it has to be 0. So 0 times 32 is 0. Subtract, you get no remainder. So it fits in exactly 50 times. So that's the answer, 50. So going back to the original question, 32% of what number is 16? 32% of 50 is 16.